the US Treasury created a new department head position to focus solely on achieving anti-white outcomes in finance. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen announced Monday that the Treasury was taking part in a Biden administration strategy to launch a multi-pronged legal and financial attack against white people and the white community overall. Janice Baudler, a former JP Morgan Chase executive, has been appointed to the position responsible for overseeing the process of taking everything from white Americans. Janet gave Janice the dishonest title of Counselor for so-called racial equity. Racial equity is the intellectualized institutional term for what anti-white author Nathan McCall refers to as, quote, getting some get back, end quote. The new counselor for white victimization, Janice Baudler, previously was the president of the JP Morgan Chase & Company Foundation, which is the arm of JP Morgan Chase that targets investments into non-white neighborhoods and communities based on race. Her job was to invest money into communities, but to make sure the communities receiving the investments weren't white communities. The new counselor for white victimization also worked at the National Council of La Raza. La Raza, which translates literally to the race, is an openly anti-white organization that advocates for non-white Hispanic supremacy. Baudler, who now holds a leadership position within the United States Treasury, is an open anti-white. Janet and the US Treasury claim that the made-up pretext they call systemic racism justifies this move that is purely intended to further victimize white people in the United States. Janet has claimed that this is to deal with systemic racism found in many parts of the economy, and that the Treasury must play a central role in ensuring that as our economy recovers, it does so in a way that addresses the inequalities that existed long before. In other words, the US federal government is using economic and social turmoil that they instigated as cover while they create entirely new bureaucratic divisions to reinforce and increase their efforts to impoverish and deracinate every white person and impoverish and erase every white community. Another prong of the attack is the Justice Department announcing a new coordinated plan with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and the Comptroller of the Currency to investigate and prosecute so-called redlining. Redlining is the imagined grievance that financial institutions refuse loan approval based on race. There are already regulations in place that require a certain amount of loans to be earmarked specifically for non-white people and non-white communities. White people are restricted from receiving these loans based solely on race. This makes it clear to us at Westman Media that their intention is to even further restrict access to loans if the applicants are white peoples and white communities.